Let's talk about the painful sexual experiences in women. So we have many women out here who experience pain during sex, but they do not talk about it because of the sensitivity of the matter, and sometimes they do not talk about it because they feel that they can be judged, or even we have some who believe that it is normal for them to experience pain during sex, which is something that is not normal. So sex is made in a way that both the man and the woman should enjoy it, and neither of the parties should experience pain during sex. So, what things can cause a woman to experience pain during sex? That's what we are going to discuss in this video. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Maxwell Abuire, and in this channel we discuss different health related topics. So I want to welcome you to my channel. Please consider subscribing, like, and also share the video to other people. You can share to your friends, your family members, your girlfriend, to your boyfriend. And when you share this information, I know it might help somebody somewhere who is undergoing these kinds of situations. So don't forget to share this video. The other way whereby you can promote this video to people who might need this video. We have people out here who need this information, but they are not able to access this information. So you can help them access this information by liking the video. The moment you put a like on the video, that's when YouTube will realize that this video is worth it, so they will share this information. They will keep on spreading this information so that it can reach people who might need such kind of information. So don't forget to like the video. Yes, like the video before you continue. So remember to subscribe, to like, and share the video, and let's go to the video of today.
I be so sick of you niggas, y'all contradict me. I be so bored myself when you come and fuck me. I feel so ordinary, except when you around me. Treat me like water while you wear me out. Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about you.
Welcome again. So the first cause of painful sexual experiences among women is because of lack of lubrication. You know, when a lady gets stimulated during the arousal, sexual arousal, there's a production of some fluids in the vagina. The production of these fluids is in the entrance, which we call the penetration, and also is in the smooth, makes sure that the sex will become smooth, and also the sex will become enjoyable. So there are some instances whereby you find that the woman has not yet produced these fluids. The woman is not able to produce lubrication. So this occurs in two ways. The first way is whereby you have low production of estrogen. Estrogen is the hormone that is responsible for the production of, it is responsible for lubrication of the vagina, and also it is the hormone that is responsible for the maintenance of the elasticity of the vagina. Elasticity is whereby the easiness of the flexion and expansion and contraction of the vagina. So when there is a low production of the estrogen hormone, we'll find that women will tend to have a low production of the vaginal lubrication, which makes them to experience painful sex. So the low production of estrogen hormone happens in three circumstances. The first circumstance is when a woman reaches menopause. When a woman grows to a certain age, which we approximate to be around 45 to 55 years, that's when you find that they will experience menopause, whereby there will be a low production of hormones, and there are some many other changes that occur to that woman. Also, there's something called the perimenopause. So this is whereby you find that a woman experiences the signs and symptoms of menopause, but she has not yet reached the age of menopause. The woman might be on her 20s, on her 30s, but she is experiencing the signs of menopause. The other way whereby we have low production of estrogen hormone is whereby a woman has hormonal imbalance. So the second reason of lack of lubrication is because of the poor preparation. Hereby you find that the lady was not yet prepared to have sex. Yes, so this occurs for both partners. They did not prepare each other for sex. So you might find that as a man, before engaging in sex, you need to prepare your lady so that she can prepare herself mentally, psychologically, physically and emotionally for sex. So when you do not prepare them like that, you'll find that they will have difficulty in engaging in sex. So if you have a girlfriend or if you have a wife and you are planning to have sex with them, you need to inform them that you are planning to have sex with them. You should not just ambush them. You need to get them ready so that they can also get prepared. So when they are prepared psychologically, you will find that you will also have easy time when having sex. So the pain might occur because the lady was not prepared, and the lady was not expecting that you were having sex, and it can also occur whereby maybe you did not do the arousal part. So sex has four stages. We have the arousal, we have the plateau stage, we have the ejaculation, and we have the refractory period. I will talk about this in another video. So when you do not do the arousal is whereby you prepare the lady, you prepare each other for sex. So arousal can occur in different ways. Before you start sex, you can either start with some kisses, you can start with some cuddles, you can start with some hugs, something like that. You should not just rush to penetration, because the moment you rush to penetration, you'll find that the vagina will not be stimulated enough to produce the vaginal lubrication, which will cause your wife or your girlfriend to experience painful sex. The number two cause of painful sex in women is because of the injuries received during childbirth. So sometimes during childbirth, you find that when I'm talking about the childbirth, I'm talking about the normal deliveries. We have two types of deliveries. We have the CS surgical delivery, and we have the normal delivery, which we call the spontaneous vaginal delivery. So during the normal deliveries, you find that sometimes because of the size of the head of the baby, maybe the head of the baby was too large, so the woman experienced something called the vaginal tears and vaginal lacerations, because the size of the vagina, the vulva, was not enough to accommodate the size of the head of the baby. That's why you find that sometimes it might tear. Sometimes also you find that because of the size of the vagina, and for the nurses who are assisting you in your deliveries, to prevent the abnormal tears or the lacerations, unwanted tears and laceration, you find that sometimes because of the size of the head of the baby, they'll have to do something we call the episiotomy. Episiotomy is whereby they cut one side of the vagina, so that to enable the baby to come out of the vagina. So when you have these wounds, when you have the lacerations, when you have the tears, and you have an episiotomy, of course the episiotomy will be repaired. When you deliver in the hospital, the doctors and the nurses will repair the episiotomy. They will repair the lacerations and the tears. So when you do not give the wounds time to heal, you need to give time for the wounds to heal before you start engaging back in sex. So sometimes the pain might be resulting from the wounds which you received during childbirth. These wounds which you received during childbirth. So sometimes you find that there are other women who deliver at home. So when you they have deliveries at home, you find that they had a tear or they had a laceration, whereby uh, they were not repaired. So when they are not repaired, you remember that these are wounds. So the moment you're going to have sex with your man, you will experience painful painful sexual intercourse. So somebody might ask, why do they do an episiotomy? They do it because the nurses will try to avoid the abnormal tears. So you see, sometimes when they do not do the episiotomy, the tears might occur on the direction towards the anus, and when it occurs towards that direction, it might tear even the anal sphincter, and that will be so painful, and it will also be hard to suture, and it might also lead to complication, and it might also take a lot of time, because before you get healed. That's why you find that they cut the direction whereby they can easily repair. The number three cause of painful sex among women is because of history of sexual abuse and or a history of sexual assault. So sexual abuse can occur in terms of rape. Rape is whereby maybe you had sex at a gunpoint, or somebody had a panga or had something that might injure you and threatened your lives when you do not have sex with him. Also, we have the sexual assault. Sexual assault is whereby you find that somebody use different tools so that they can abuse you sexually. So, this can occur in form of rape, coercion, and the thing which I've said that it is sexual assault. So, victims of sexual abuse and sexual assault have problems, have extreme fear and anxiety about sex. You see, because of the memories of the experience which they had, you find that they still have the memories of the abuse they had. So they have a very difficulty in remaining relaxed and remaining comfortable on matters about sex. So they have this extreme fear. You might be dating your girlfriend for some time, but you find that on the topic about sex, they are very avoidant on that topic. Even if you try hard to at least push them so that you can have sex with them, you find that they are fearful about sex. So it becomes very hard for them to enjoy sex because of the extreme fear and anxiety and extreme anxiety. So in times when you are having sex with them, sometimes you might find that the moment you are having sex with them, at the moment you have started they are also whereby say you started kissing, hugging, something like that. So the moment you do that, they are comfortable. But the moment you start penetration, that's when they suddenly change. Or sometimes you might have already started having sex, but in the middle of sex you find that they suddenly change, they become sad, they can start crying, or sometimes they can start screaming, or sometimes they can just leave the house and go back to their houses or go out. It is because of the anxiety, their memories of the experiences which they had is still fresh in their mind, so it is still disturbing them. And you know that sex is always starts in the mind. Also, we have the victims of sexual assault have poor body self-image. Some of them might develop low self-esteem and poor body image, which might make it difficult for them to engage in sex. Sometimes you might have your girlfriend or your wife. She's the one who initiates sex. She's the one who provides the idea. She's the one who starts the sex because they tell you that it has been long since we had sex. So I will suggest that at least today, Friday, or on another day, that at least let's have sex. That at least we can push our relationship to the next level. So they can be the one who provided the idea. They can be the one who started the sex, but the moment you are in between the sex, you find that they do not they suddenly change and they leave the house, or they behave weirdly whereby they start crying, they start screaming, they start pushing you over, and they can leave and go back to their house. And when they leave and go back to their house, you find that they will call you back and apologize. So in that circumstance, you should know that it is not always their intention. It is not always them causing that. It is because of the experiences which they had. So if you want to help such kind of people, you need to take them to a counselor, psychologist who can whereby they can counsel them, and the counselor can help them to detach from the memories which they had. The other cause of painful sexual experiences among women is because of something called the vaginal atrophy, which occurs with menopause. So Menopause, menopause comes with a lot of changes in the woman's body, one of which is the vaginal atrophy. Atrophy is whereby you find that the vagina reduces in size, the cells of the vagina become smaller, reduces in their size. You also find that the vaginal muscle become weak and less elastic. I said elasticity is whereby the ability to contract and expand, so they become less elastic, less elastic, and they become weak and dry. And also, in addition to that, you'll find that there will be a low supply of blood to the vaginal tissues, which will result to the low sensitivity of the vagina. You will also find that the women will also have problems with stimulation. It will take so long before they become aroused. It will take so long before they become wet. It will take so long before they start feeling that they get that into the mode of having sex. So if you have a man or a boyfriend who is in a rush, you'll find that the moment they start penetration, because of the loss of the elasticity and poor lubrication of the vagina, you'll find that because of the friction in the vagina, you'll find that you will experience painful sexual intercourse. The number 5 cause of painful sexual experiences among women is because of guilt. How can I define guilt? Guilt is whereby you find that your mind and your conscience is judging either there's something you're doing is either good or bad. Your consciousness or your something called the conscience is judging you. You are judging. You do not. You have not settled whereby about the actions which you are doing. You are feeling that you are not doing the right thing. That's how I can define it. So, guilt can cause a woman to develop painful sexual experience. This is why you see, as a man, men can have sex with any girl of any age, at any time, and at any place. Yes, a man can have sex with anyone, regardless of their future, regardless of their past, regardless of the outcome, regardless of the place whereby they are having sex, regardless of the age, just as long as they are in the legal age to have sex with them. Men have no problems having sex with anybody. On the other hand, women only have sex with people they want to have sex with. I don't know if you get me. Women can only have sex. Women can only have sex with people they have decided to have sex with them, and only in places whereby they have decided to have sex with. So, men are free to have sex with anybody, but women are choosy. They choose people whom they can have sex with, and they also decide on the place whereby they have sex with. So you'll find that if they have not yet decided on the person and the place whereby they have sex, you'll find that you will develop feelings of guilt, which will affect the way you perceive sex. So guilt can occur in the following ways. First of all, is when a woman has a history of incest, or when the woman is having sex with people whom they are related either by blood or whom they are family members. So when they are having sex with family members, or when she has a history of incest, that's when you'll find that she will have difficulty with sex. Also, this can occur in cases whereby the woman is married, but she is having sex outside marriage. So she's not having sex with her husband. Also, you find that it also occurs in places whereby maybe your husband cheated on you or your boyfriend cheated on you, but you told him that you had forgiven him, but you have not yet forgiven him. Deep in your heart and in your mind, you still have not yet forgiven him. So you have that feeling of betrayal inside your mind. So you will also have difficulty with sexual experience. It can also occur whereby you find that you are not sure about the outcome of the sex which you are having. So this can occur whereby you find that you do not know the health status of the person you are having sex, or you are worrying about the health status of the person you are having sex with. So you are worried that maybe they might infect you with sexual transmitted diseases, or urinary tract infections, or even HIV. Also, this one can also be in cases whereby you are not sure, you are worried about the pregnancy. You are worried that you might get pregnant to this man. So all of these will contribute to the painful sexual intercourse. The other cause of painful sex in women is because of disorders with other organs of the reproductive system. The painful sex must not always just come from the vagina. It can be result from problems with your uterus, problems with your ovaries, problems with your cervix, and generally problems with the other organs in the reproductive system. So you can experience painful sex because you are having pelvic inflammatory diseases, you are having cervicitis, which is the inflammation of the cervix. You can also be having fibroids. So this should act as a guidance that whenever you are experiencing these pains whereby you have ruled out the other possible causes, you need to go to the hospital. No, the first thing you need to rule out is the disorders of other organs of the reproductive system and sexually transmitted diseases. Painful sex can also be a sign of sexually transmitted diseases, and it can also be a sign of urinary tract infections. We have some diseases such as gonorrhea and chlamydia, which presents with painful sex as one of its symptoms. We also have the urinary tract infections, especially the complicated urinary tract infections, whereby you have not been treated, or you have not been treated properly. When you have Candida albicans, which is the yeast infection which is not treated properly, you'll find that you'll have difficulty with sex. When you also have the bacterial vaginosis, you will find that you will also have a painful sexual experience. So it is good that when you notice that you are getting pain during sex, it is good that you visit the hospital so that the doctors can decide, you can get screened so that they can eliminate the possibility of you having urinary tract infections and sexually transmitted diseases, so that when you find that you have these diseases, you get treated and you get well. The final cause of painful sex in women, which I'm going to discuss in this video, is because of something we call the sperm allergy or the sperm reaction. This is whereby you find that your body reacts to the proteins present in the semen. This is a video whereby I talked about this, whereby I've explained on how these disorders come out, and on how to deal with it, and on how to know that you are having the sperm reaction. So this mostly affects many ladies out here, but most of them do not know that they are having sperm reaction. This is the main contributor of the pain that might result during sex or even after sex. So you might have had sex a few minutes ago, then after 30 minutes or after 1 hour or 2 hours, you start experiencing some pain in your vagina or in your reproductive system. So sperm reaction can be the one that might be causing these problems. So sperm reaction occurs whereby you find that the moment you are having sex, the moment you start having sex, you might not be feeling any pain, but the moment the boy or the boyfriend or your husband ejaculates inside your vagina, that's when you feel some pain in your vagina. So you'll feel some itchiness. We want to scratch the inside part of the vagina. I will also feel something hot, or something as if that it is burning inside your vagina. So you just know that you are having vaginal reaction, as a semen reaction. So to easily know that you are having the sperm reaction, you will notice that the moment you are having sex but you use a condom, you will not experience any pains in your vagina. But the moment you are having sex but you are not using a condom, you will experience a lot of vaginal itchiness and the pain which might occur in your vagina. So with that said, I've come to the end of my video, whereby I have given you the different things that might be causing you to experience painful sexual intercourse. So don't forget to put a like in the video. Don't forget to put a comment down in the comment section below. And if you have not subscribed, please, I want you to please ask you to subscribe, so that you can get more information, or you can get more videos like this one. If you like such like content, please consider subscribing. So with that said, let me leave the video at that point. Let's meet in another video, and also remember to put the things which I have talked about in the video into consideration. If you have any disorders with sex, if you have any signs of sexual transmitted diseases, or any signs of the abnormalities which I've talked about it, please consider going to the hospital. Please consider even seeking counseling in case you are having problems which I have mentioned that you need to seek a counselor. So with that said, let's meet in another video, and let's meet in another video.